gym a few months ago, and he was here to fight Howard King. And he can hit a guy in the elbows and just about break his arm.
As of December 1960, Sonny Liston was controlled by powerful racketeer groups under the leadership of Frank Carbo, Mr. Gray, the superintendent.
In the world of heavyweight boxing, few names evoke as much fear and respect as Sonny Liston. A man whose mere presence could send shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned fighters. With fists that could shatter bone and a reputation that overshadowed his talent, Liston was more than just a champion. He was a force of nature. Today, we explore the life of Sonny Liston, a man shaped by hardship, controversy, and an unyielding desire for greatness. Join us as we delve into the story of the heavyweight champion who redefined what it means to be a fighter. Born on May 8, 1932, in St. Louis, Missouri, Sonny Liston's early life was far from easy. The son of a sharecropper, Liston grew up in poverty, facing the harsh realities of life in a turbulent neighborhood. With a father who was often absent and a mother who struggled to provide, Liston learned quickly that survival meant fighting. The streets became his battleground, and it was here that he developed the toughness that would define his boxing career. Boxing success. Paroled in 1952, Liston quickly captured the local Golden Gloves Championship. He became a professional fighter on September 2, 1953, when he knocked out Don Smith in a single round in St. Louis. Auspiciously, the massive man, known as the Bear, then won his first 9 fights before dropping an 8-round decision to Marty Marshall. Liston's career was interrupted for 9 months beginning in December 1956, when he was sent to the St. Louis workhouse for assaulting a policeman and stealing the officer's gun. After his release, Liston relocated to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where his career quickly flourished again. Boxing Historian 1. Liston's childhood was marked by adversity. He faced racism, poverty, and violence every day. These experiences shaped him into the fighter he would become, a man who was both feared and respected in the ring. Boxing Historian 2. He didn't just learn to fight, he learned to survive. That grit and determination were evident in every punch he threw. After a series of run-ins with the law, Liston found himself serving time in prison for robbery. It was during this time that he discovered boxing, a sport that would provide him with a path to redemption. Under the guidance of a prison warden who recognized his potential, Liston began to train and hone his skills. This was not just a second chance. It was an opportunity to escape the cycle of violence that had defined his youth. Current Boxer 1. Every fighter has a story, and Liston's is a powerful one. He turned his life around in the ring, and that's something we all aspire to do. Current Boxer 2. Fighting isn't just about technique. It's about overcoming your past and using it to fuel your future. Upon his release from prison, Liston embraced boxing with fervor. He quickly rose through the amateur ranks, showcasing his formidable talent and raw power. In 1953, he turned professional, and it didn't take long for him to capture the attention of the boxing world. With a devastating jab and a knockout punch, Liston became known for his intimidating presence in the ring, a reputation that only grew stronger with each fight. In 1962, Liston captured the heavyweight title by defeating Floyd Patterson in a fight that would cement his legacy. The victory was not just a personal triumph. It was a statement to the boxing world that Sonny Liston was a force to be reckoned with. His combination of strength, skill, and psychological warfare made him a champion like no other. But with that title came scrutiny, and Liston's life outside the ring became as controversial as his fights. Boxing analyst. Liston was a polarizing figure. He was feared, yes, but there was also a great deal of misunderstanding surrounding him. His past, his demeanor, it all played into the narrative that he was a monster. But he was also a man fighting for respect and dignity. The defining moment of Liston's career came in 1964 when he faced a young Cassius Clay, later known as Muhammad Ali. The build-up to this fight was electric, with Clay's brash personality clashing with Liston's intimidating presence. the boxing world was divided. Could Liston, the reigning champion, silence the young upstart? Or would Clay's speed and agility prove too much for him? Defeat Cassius Clay. Liston scored another knockout in a rematch with Patterson, but his 17-month reign as heavyweight champion ended at the hands of a brash fighter named Cassius Clay. Liston, who was viewed as nearly invincible before the fight, was unable to answer the bell for the 7th round. And Clay, soon to take the name Muhammad Ali, was named champion on February 25, 1964. The subsequent rematch with Clay on May 25, 1965, included the infamous Phantom Punch. Though it appeared that Liston had barely been grazed by Clay's right fist, the boxer went down just 1 minute and 45 seconds into the first round. Some believed that the fight was fixed, as reported in later biographical works like The Devil and Sonny Liston, 2000, by Nick Tosches. On February 25, 1964, the world watched as Liston and Clay stepped into the ring. In a shocking turn of events, Clay's speed and footwork overwhelmed Liston, leading to a 7th-round TKO. The boxing world was stunned. Liston had not only lost his title, but had also been dethroned by the man who would become one of the greatest boxers of all time. Boxing Historian 3. That fight changed everything. Liston was a champion who had been unbeatable, and suddenly he was on the losing end of history. It was a blow to his legacy and a pivotal moment in boxing. While Liston's loss to Clay marked a turning point, it did not signify the end of his career. The former champion fought on, facing a new generation of boxers while grappling with the demons of his past. He sought redemption in the ring, but the shadows of his former life loomed large. Current Boxer 3. Every fighter faces losses and setbacks. It's how you bounce back that defines you. Liston's journey is a testament to that struggle. Sonny Liston's life continued to be marked by challenges. Struggling with addiction and personal turmoil, he faded from the limelight. His story ended tragically in 1970 when he was found dead in his Las Vegas home. The circumstances surrounding his death remain shrouded in mystery, but what remains undeniable is the impact he had on the sport of boxing. Sonny Liston's legacy is one of contradictions, a champion who was both feared and misunderstood. His incredible power and presence in the ring left an indelible mark on boxing, inspiring generations of fighters who followed. Today, champions reflect on his techniques, his strength, and the lessons learned from a man who fought against the odds. Comeback and death. In 1966, following his loss to Clay, Liston launched a comeback. He won 11 consecutive fights by knockout in 1968 and added 3 more wins in 1969 before losing a brutal bout to Leotis Martin. He climbed back into the ring on June 29, 1970, registering a 10th-round technical knockout against Bayonne bleeder Chuck Wepner. After being unable to reach Liston for 12 days, his wife Geraldine returned to their Nevada home on January 5, 1971, at which time she discovered Liston's dead body. The official cause of death was lung congestion and heart failure, although Liston had fresh needle marks on his arm and police discovered heroin and a syringe in the house. His death certificate states his death as December 30, 1970, based on milk deliveries at his doorstep. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey through the life of Sonny Liston. If you found inspiration in his story, please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible tales from the world of boxing. Until next time, keep fighting the good fight.